Hey, 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 time for true story. This is a true story, but it's going to be put in my way, and I may ad-lib a little or add to it, but this is a true story. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, there was a beautiful woman and a man full of integrity, God-fearing, righteous man who lived. In fact, he was one of God's chosen men. And met this beautiful woman and fell madly in love with her. He would do anything for her, anything. I mean, she wasn't just beautiful, but she had what you might call magnetism. She had confidence. She had charm. She had those types of things that he was attracted to in that area. When he looked at her, he was in love. And it might not have been a healthy love, because that's one of the problems with men, is when they fall in love. Sometimes it's not always healthy. They fall in love with a woman because of something about the way she looks, the way she is, the way she touches things, the way she looks at things. There's something about that that just triggers in his heart a response. So guard who you look at, men. You don't want to trigger a response with a woman like that, because this woman also was very materialistic, and she wanted fame and fortune and money. And so one day, this man that she had met, he was, like I said, he was a man of integrity, and he would fight the worst people on the planet and win. While the worst people on the planet at that time wanted his head. As you all know, when you get into a hero mode, not everybody's happy about that. So the bad guys wanted him dead. And they knew there was one way to get him, and it would be through a woman. And so they looked around and saw who he was in love with, and they used her. Now what? And it was a perfect fit. They could use her because she loved money. Okay? There's a difference between having money and loving money. Loving money is when you will do things to betray your friends, betray your God, and hurt others for money. And that's exactly what she did. They offered her like $2,240. It says, here's your money. If you can get me back how this hero, this superhero, this man with super strength gets his strength. Where's it coming from? Because we want to know his kryptonite, you know? We want to know what will bring this man down. And she's like, well, I really like him, but wow, $2,000, that's a lot of money. And maybe it wasn't that them days, but the point is, that's all it took. $2,000 for her to become disloyal to a man who loved her and perhaps put some trust in her. So every day she would ask him, where do you get your strength from? Where do you get your strength from? He got tired of her asking that, so he'd make up some foolish, crazy plan that he got his strength from that. And as soon as he would tell her, she would call in the guards and take away do whatever it was that he said would take away his strength. And I mean, she did that 3 times. You'd think that would have been a signal. Well, have you ever been in an abusive relationship? It's funny because it's a true thing. Women do it all the time. The man will beat them, promise them, oh, I won't do that again, come back, please, and the woman believes them over and over and over and over again. You've become the victim. And that's basically what happened to this hero man. Out of love for a woman that he had his eyes on, probably for a while, he was tricked eventually. You know, he did it to her 3 times, and finally she just cried, and she wouldn't stop crying, and he loved her so much. He would do anything for her. So he told her the truth. And they came in, did it. He was without strength. They cut out his eyeballs, or poked his eyeballs out, one of the two. I'm going to say poked him out. and took him to prison, and he no longer had strength. You may know the story already. It's called Samson and Delilah. And the thing was, is the strength wasn't really in his hair, but the strength was in his belief. And once his hair was cut off, his belief was cut off. When he was put in shackles and put in prison, his hair grew back. His belief grew back too. And he got out, and he went back to work, and he went back to being in hero mode again. So the lesson for us is, do you have a love of money? That you're willing to do things that are, 1, illegal, 2, things that are disloyal, 3, lie, cheat, or steal for money. None of those are unforgivable sins, but they don't lead to a happy ending if you continue on that course. So think about that. Is that something you want to align yourself with? Is Delilah's love of money somebody that you want to be congruent with? Of course not. You want to be congruent with people who, money's okay. It's great. You work for it. You do what you got to do to get it. But you would not lie, cheat, steal, or put somebody's life in jeopardy for money. All right. Well, and when I think about that, you know what it reminds me of? How many people go to war to get a paycheck and will take lives for their paycheck? Sure, they've been told that, oh yeah, this is the way to go, and maybe there's a girl back home that they want to get their attention, and if they go to war and kill people for money, they'll get a free college education, and then they can win that girl. You guys, no girl's worth that. I promise. Because if that's what it takes to get her, that's sad. Just think about it. That's my story for today. It is a true story. I don't always do true stories, but that one was. Okay, bye.